So you could refer to CHEDDA, okay, for going through for the X-rays and the drugs, okay, and in the practical, how do we approach the practicals for pedia? Well, there are several components of the pediatrics practical. Like one of them is you have a separate X-ray section, you have a separate instruments section, you have a separate drugs section, drugs and vaccines section, and you have a separate nutrition related pulses and all related section. Pulses and all and nutrition, again, you could either use only one single source, okay, make sure you use only one single source, either use Aruchavi or you use the Ghai reference, and you should know it for 100 gram, like the kilocalories and the proteins, the certain minerals, vitamins and minerals that are deficient and which it is rich in, okay, and that should be able to sum it up, okay. So pediatrics practical. Other than that, you will be having some classical cases which will be coming for your practical exams. Like I had got cerebral palsy, so you should know that in and out the theory. And if you get a cerebral palsy case, it's basically the same replica of the CNS examination in medicine, which is done for children. Okay, so that's one thing. And you should have your neonatology case format ready. You should have your other pediatrics normal case format ready, and you're just supposed to follow the format, take the history, and fill in all the findings, okay, and give a provisional diagnosis based on it. So that will actually do, and the pediatric practical smoothly you'll sail through it. So that's for pediatrics, the theory and the practical aspects, and how to study about it, okay. And also, if you want to go into details for inborn errors of metabolism, you could always refer to the pediatrics part of your own apps, the study apps that you use, and a little bit the biochemistry apps as well. Okay, from biochemistry you could refer to the carbohydrate, fat, and lipid metabolism, and you'll get a lot of details from it. Personally, I had referred Repladder's pediatrics part for inborn errors of metabolism, and that was more than enough. And please pay attention to the immunization part. It's given brilliantly in Ghai. And any reference after that, you need to go on to PARCS from community medicine. So you complete your immunization from that as well as that, and that should be able to sum up your pediatrics preparation. Anything else that I'm missing out is CNS from pediatrics needs to be CVS, and CNS only needs to be done once you're thorough with your medicine part. Okay, so it would be linked and easily learned. If you directly go on to read your CNS and CVS first from pediatrics now without your basics, that's obviously going to be difficult and you won't feel like reading the subject. Yes, and make sure you're starting development and milestones, etc. are very, very strong, because these are the critical chapters, anthropometry and the milestones part. Like it's the basis, and they are going to definitely ask you that in practicals. So those were my tips for pediatrics. Second, I would like to go on for ortho. Okay, so now in ortho, the textbooks I had followed was, there was an Adams textbook. Okay, so it's a foreign author textbook with a lot of X-rays. Okay, and he has a separate book for orthopedics. He has a separate book for fractures. Outline of orthopedics, outline of fractures. That's the one which I referred. And along with that, for my exam preparation, I've referred to Maheshwari, the textbook that is followed in our colleges. And previous year paper questions are more than enough for clearing the exams, and that's supplemented by sound practical knowledge. Okay, especially the neck of femur fracture and the osteomyelitis cases. Okay, these all are the classical cases along with Coley's and Barton's. These all, if you know it well, okay, and supracondylar fracture, then you would be able to get through with orthopedics. Yeah. So, and the practical aspect is also there at the back of Maheshwari, so you could go through it and you could complete it off. So that sums up orthopedics. Along with that, you could refer your prep ladder, marrow, or DAMS, whatever. Okay. So orthopedics is over. Next we go on to obstetrics and gynecology. Well, the textbooks that we have for obstetrics, it's one only, Datta. And any doubts you have in that, go on to Williams Obstetrics, refer it, and come back. You'll be able to get into it. And mechanism of labor and all, you need to understand it thoroughly using the pelvis, and you need to ask your teacher or faculty there to teach it to you. Yeah, and you must be able to practice it on your own. Once you do it on your own and you see the teacher performing it 1 or 2 times, and there are a lot of videos by Yasmin Bano on YouTube. Then many other videos by Geeky Medicos, etc. So if you follow those videos, you will be able to understand the mechanism of labor. That's the most crucial part. And always, first you do the basics from Datta. The first few chapters, first 11, 12 chapters, you finish the basics. Okay. Understand the pelvis, the fetal skull anatomy, everything. Once you've understood the anatomy, then you proceed to the mechanism of labor, stages of labor. Then only you go to malposition, malpresentations, etc. Okay. And once you're done with that, then you could go easily for your arrest of labor, obstructed labor, preterm labor, and all that. And then you could go on for operative obstetrics and your contraceptives. So that will more or less complete your obstetrics. Practicals, you need to go to the clinics. You should know all the foregrips and how to auscultate the fetal heart sound on the spine umbilical line, okay, on the right or left side. That all you'll be learning in your practicals. Okay, so that more or less sums up the obstetrics. And talking about gynecology, textbooks that you have are Shaw's, which I have referred, and then there's a new gynecology textbook by Datta which has also come up. So since I'd already bought Shaw's earlier, so I referred Shaw's for my entire course preparation, and there were only few things which I referred from the new Dattas. Okay, it's edited and it has all the recent guidelines. So if you're buying a Datta, it's also good. So in the new Datta's gynecology, what I have referred was carcinoma cervix part. Then I referred this HPV, Pap smear, and all. It's given better. The surgical procedures are given better in Datta, and obviously you have some YouTube videos by Obstetrics Made Easy, Ajit Vidkut sir's videos on YouTube, yeah, and many other videos that you'll be able to get through with the explanations of the procedures. Once you understand the procedures, and make sure you see the hysterectomy, okay, like an operation of hysterectomy and a cesarean section. Make sure to ask about what stitches are being taken, which layers are being sutured, which structures are being ligated. Okay, there's something called as ROT structures, etc. So once you know all of that, it will become easier for you. Yeah. So that's the thing. So that's the thing that you need to know about obstetrics and gynecology. And other than that, in gynecology also there'll be a previous year repeat questions, and but in obstetrics you need to read through the entire text. Yes. And anything else that you need to know about dilatation, curettage, dilatation, evacuation, and how do you place a copper T, etc. That all you have to see in the clinics itself. Okay. So once you're done with all of that, obstetrics and gynae is over. Then we go on to surgery. The textbooks I have referred for surgery is Bailey and Love. Okay. So I've gone through majority of the textbook. And once you complete majority of the textbook, obviously first reading is going to be difficult. You'll have doubts, mark it, ask your faculty for clearance, look up online, research up all the sutures, etc. And you could link it up with your prep or marrow. Yeah. And then along with that, during the exam time, I used to refer the newly updated Manipal manual by Shinoy sir. So that's a brilliant text. It's all in colored format, ready, like very easy to read and replicate in exams, and you'll be able to like remember the diagrams to the core. So that's a must do for, especially for general surgery and the surgeries that you don't understand from Bailey and Love. Better to go through from Manipal. Okay. Obviously, you could go for SRB it depends on your comfort levels, like whichever textbook you find better. The only reason I selected Manipal this year was in 2020 was because it was the most updated book at that time. It was a new edition which had come up. So it's always better to go for a new updated version of a textbook because it will have the latest TNM staging and the AGCC guidelines, and there'll be an updated text and certain new procedures coming up. All the outdated text and outdated procedures won't be there, so it's better to always go for an updated text. Okay, so that's the way I read through, and then you could also practice some question banks and some MCQs. Okay. So that would sum up surgery. Along with that, you need to supplement it with your clinical knowledge. You have to see all those cases. How did I approach for practicals for surgery? Well, the textbook I referred was ESTAS. ESTAS is the gold standard textbook for practicals. So you have a case that comes to your clinic. Okay, you have certain major cases, around 10 to 12. Okay, you have major cases and minor cases, and you get to know that there's this ulcer case here. read up the text from 1 to 1.5 hour. Read up the text, and then in the next half to 1 hour, along with your batchmates or unit mates, you could go on to examine the patient, and then you supplement it with your professors or faculty's knowledge or examination of the same, whatever you don't understand, whatever you're not able to do, or you could take your PG's help. Yeah. So that's the way I was, and make sure you go for all the rounds. Even if any teacher or faculty does not come to teach you on some particular day due to some reason or the other, make sure you also go around, find cases, look up for the files, and you dig up the case, take your SDAS along. You could contact some PGs and make sure you learn that particular case, which especially the ones which will come for your exam. Okay, so that will cover up your surgery practicals very well. And there's important thing is there are these videos by Dr. Vaidya sir, uh, on YouTube, and he has these 20 to 30 minute videos on how to examine each and every case, be it any major case, be it any minor case. He also has videos on medicine, science, general physical examination. So all of that you could look up, and there'll be links in the description below. You could refer all of them, and so that will more or less help you out in the surgery practicals. Okay, surgery done. Coming to the most important part as the medicine. How did I study medicine? Well, actually, the best way to prepare medicine is to start from beginning itself. But since I wasn't able to do so, I had to read it in my last 4 to 5 months. I don't get much time to read medicine. So what I did was, okay, and like, first of all, I was building up my basics because we had lockdown here in 2020. So in that entire lockdown period, what I did was I was brushing through neuroanatomy. Okay, so there's this Rajesh Kaushal sir's Preplat app, and that I watched all the videos, solved all the MCQs. Then Rajesh Kaushal sir's review book is there. So using all those three things, I built up my neuroanatomy knowledge. Once I've done with that, then what I did was I went to Deepak Marwasa's neuro CNS part, watched up all the videos. Once you have watched up all the videos of neuroanatomy and CNS, done all the MCQs, you cement your CNS knowledge, and then you go for the textbook. Okay, so once you do that, and then you can go for your pediatrics guy as well. So that's the thing which I did. For CNS, I had to build up all those concepts from neuroanatomy, went to CNS in medicine, finish MCQs, and it's over. Then in CVS also, basics from Dr. Najib's videos, your Prepladder Dr. Marwasa's app, and the textbook. MCQs, done. So those two main systems, if you're able to complete CNS and CVS, RS, these three systems, if anyone knows, okay, so he's almost, considered a master of medicine, and these three systems are very difficult to master. So you need to spend a lot of time on all of these. Okay, so obviously medicine will take time. It will seem like it's never going to get over. Your portion will be lagging till the last minute, till prelims, finals also. Till finals also, my portion was lagging so much because it takes time to finish these three systems. And once you're done with these three systems, right, then 80 to 90% of retention is over, because endocrine, nutrition, and all the other miscellaneous chapters that you have, infections, which I've already read from Park. Yeah, so all that becomes very easy, and you could easily finish it off quickly within 10 to 20 days time. So that's what I spent my majority of my final year preparation in the lockdown preparing for CNS and CVS. And then when the exam time approached, what I did was I just went to Dr. Marwa's app. I used to listen to his videos. I had a printed notes. The printed notes, these will save time obviously. And obviously if there are some deficiencies or any other explanations, then it's better to maintain your own notebook. Okay, but it's always best to buy the notes, printed notes, especially when you have less time for exam preparation. So I used to keep that side by side, watch the videos, make notes in that, make notes in my own notebook, and I was able to complete the entire syllabus from Marwasa's app. And during the exams, some questions which I did not know, I used to go ahead with the textbook, or like in HIMAT, what I did was there's this textbook by George Matthew, and there's another textbook by So there was this book by Archit Balur and Ramdas Naik sir. So that's one of the best books I refer. Okay, especially during the exam times for question-wise preparation. Yeah, so that will more or less give you a good idea of how to approach the exams, and certain concepts that you don't understand, you could obviously refer George Mathew or Ramdas Naik as per your convenience. I personally referred Ramdas Naik. Okay. So that sums it up. I have referred Prep Ladder, built up my basics from my anatomy, physiology, and then I've also used Ramdas Naik at the time of exams. Yeah, so a selective approach, and that will help me out. That will help you people out as well. And what to do for practicals? There's this wonderful book called as Archit Balusa's Practical Manual, which has recently come out. It's I think in the third edition. So second or third edition, and it's the best manual that you have. Along with that, I have personally referred to P.S. Shankar, okay, most of the times. But since it recently came out during my exam time, so I refer to Archit Balusa's Practical Manual. It was a brilliant book, okay. Along with that, if you have the time or if you have any doubts, okay, you could obviously go in and refer to the other medicine manuals that you have, like Kundu especially. Kundu has a lot of good concepts, okay, especially for the CNS part, like aphasias and all I don't understand. So I went to Kundu, I referred it up. And people recommend Algappan, etc. But sorry, I have not used it, so I don't have much knowledge about how the book is. Yeah. So that will sum up your, and obviously the practical manual that you read, you need to supplement it with your performance of all the same procedures on the patient. And only once you do it on the patients will you retain it for lifelong. And make sure whatever you learn in the practicals, make notes of the same or make a video of it on the same day and keep it for your future reference. Okay, so that sums it up. So to summarize, okay, pediatrics from Ghai, the theory part, the practical from Aruchami Lakshmana Swami, and for reference you could keep Nelson. Okay, the second thing is for orthopedics, you could refer to Adam's textbook, or you could refer to Maheshwari along with your apps, whatever study apps you're using, and that should be it. Orthopedics, pediatrics, and gynecology are from the previous year repeats, especially in our college. BLD, we have all our exams which are formatted from the previous year papers itself. So those questions will do. For the others, you need to do your RS2, RS3, or you need to refer up some books, and the most important questions you should do. So that is for your ortho as well. Now surgery, Bailey and Love, and Manipal. What I have referred for practicals, Estas, okay, and we have those videos by Vaidya sir. And then surgery done, we have obstetrics and gynecology, obstetrics by Datta, gynecology by either Shaw's or the new edition of Datta's for gynecology, okay. And you have videos of Ajit Virkud sir and all. Obstetrics made easy, so that will do it. And the fourth thing that you need to know is the medicine part. I personally refer to Prep Ladder, Deepak Marwasa's app, okay, and some DAMS notes. You could go ahead, okay, and make sure you stick to one source. Either you follow entirely the DAMS notes, or you follow only Marwasa's app's notes, or you follow your Marrow notes. Never mix any one of them. Okay, you'll simply end up getting confused and you won't have time to revise. Or if one or two data they contradict, or the values are different, obviously you'll get confused, and it'll make it difficult and you'll lose interest in the subject. So make sure you have one source, okay, of studying apps, and you have a consolidated material at the end for revision, because revising at the end especially you won't get much time in between the finals, so that makes it very crucial. And in the end, when you approach your final exams, make sure you don't switch the sources, don't take up any new material. Yeah, all the old material just needs to be revised, and be confident. Okay, everyone tends to forget it, it's fine, but by the time your finals come, you'll be able to understand each and every subject better, because with time only you understand the concepts, you'll gain knowledge, and you become more knowledgeable. And there are certain things that you'll even not understand up till the end of your final year exams, and you'll understand them in internship. So have the patience. It'll come to you slowly, but it'll come to you. So give it time. Everything takes time, and you should be able to cover up the portions. Yeah. And last thing, obviously the portion in final year is overwhelming, but keep the patience, keep working, and hopefully with God's grace and your own efforts, you will be able to complete. You definitely will be able to complete all your portions on time for your finals. And your final goal should be your entrance and your final exams. So no matter how many PCTs or any unit tests or prelims come, always focus on finals. Don't go for any shortcuts and all. That won't help you in the long run. You should always think about the long run, how it's going to benefit me in the long run. So attend postings. Don't think कि हाँ I won't get time to read theory if I go for postings. No, the thing you learn in postings is actually going to supplement it. It's going to save your time in reading, and some of the things won't be there in your textbook as well. So that's the importance of postings. I know it has been severely compromised by COVID, but otherwise postings are like one of the most important things ever. Okay. Any doubts, approach your faculty. You could message them to me on my channel itself, or you could drop an email to me. And yeah, if I have the solution to it, obviously I'd love to clear it up for you people. So any other videos that you guys would like me to make, you could add it in the comment section, and like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Thank you. All the best. Keep working, guys.